So in this video, we are gonna discuss about every single pantheon, and rank them from worst to best. So for start, there are a total of 12 mythical pantheons in this game, and at lowest rank, we have Journey Mythicals, and this pantheon includes the Monkey King, Dagi, and Santang, but all of these monsters are not overly unique, or overly broken. They're still decent when compared to non-mythical monsters, but in comparison to other pantheons collectively, they fell short. The highlight of this pantheon is infinite ranged attacks of Monkey King. Rest everything is uncool. Then coming to number 11, and there we have Summoner Mythicals Pantheon. The largest pantheon in Summoner's Greed is bound by its own mechanics. Half of the monsters require other half of the pantheon to actually be useful, while the remaining half are simply useless. The main highlight of this pantheon is again the infinite ranged monster being Genbu. Then coming to number 10, and there we have Oceanic Mythicals. And this used to be pretty important pantheon in the game, but with time and bug fixes, it has fallen down a lot. The only remarkable thing left for this pantheon is the insta-kill ability of Kraken, and he's all you need to beat entire island game mode, so he carries the whole pantheon on his own. Then at number 9, we have Cosmic Pantheon, and just like last pantheon, this one is also getting carried by a single monster, being King in Yellow, which you don't need for most part of the game. He is above Kraken because you don't need to level him at all, while Kraken will need levels if you want to beat island maps with him. These solo carry pantheons are particularly bad, because despite these two monsters being one of the best in the game, their companions drag them down. Then at number 8, we have Dad Mythicals, and this tin pantheon doesn't have a proper carry in itself, but it gets dragged by Loned and Lontari together. I can't think of any remarkable feat around this pantheon, but it has potential to be a great one in the near future. Then coming to number 7, and there we have Hindu gods, and this is also getting carried by Asura for most part. Brahma isn't bad, but he is not useful either, and since they don't have any elemental support with them, they can't make it too far in the versatility route. Then at number 6, we have Aztec gods, and there are, again in the similar situation, where Tezcatlipoca is the powerhouse of the pantheon, but Quetzalcoatl is also a decent one, but where it differs is the lightning element that Tezcatlipoca has, making him the best lightning monster in the game. Then coming to number 5, and there we have Draconic Mythicals, and it's not any insane group of mythicals if you take them as individual face value, but collectively they provide with the greatest coverage in the game, being able to hit every single map, except of course the Tauran ones. Then at number 4, we have Japanese Mythicals, and once this pantheon ruled over the Summoner's Greed universe, but with the fall of Amaterasu, the entire pantheon came crashing down. But having a versatile unit like Jiraiya, and decent DPS goddess Hanzo, it's still going headstrong to this day. Then at number 3, we have the Norse gods, and this pantheon got the privilege of poisoning by their side, as well as each of the unit is powerful enough to deal decent damage on their own, so collectively they are at a pretty sweet spot as well. Then coming to number 2, and there we have Egyptian gods, and well, these powerhouses have also been dethroned. Last time, when I made the video, Egyptians were at top, with the addition of Horus's mythical charm. This pantheon has just gotten more powerful, from support units to literal money machine. You can't go wrong with this pantheon, but what this pantheon does in terms of usability, the number 1 pantheon is literally sitting there with sheer damage alone, and that's the pantheon of Greek gods. And where do I start? It used to be the worst pantheon in the whole game. No one had any idea that it's going to take this big of a jump, but Greeks have risen to top, the best damaging units being Hades, as well as Swolcidon, with his mythical charm. You can even include Bro Zeus here as well, and these monsters dominate any map you put them on. They also have a pretty solid element coverage, making them pretty much you go to monsters in any game mode. And with that said, the list is concluded. I hope you liked this video. Let me know your views on which pantheon is best. Thanks for watching. Just keep grinning and aura is mine.